There's a lot of people say that classical music in general is facing a crisis, and the guitar specifically, some people say even more. What do you think is the problem with the guitar today when people think about the crisis, etc.?
Well, I think that the crisis now is just a question of statistics and numbers. Why? Because there are more guitarists. This has a good side. The good side is that more people got interested in the guitar. And it's not only because there's more people in the world. Maybe this is one of the factors. But it's because with the media, etc., we can, let's say, see more guitar. By the other side, there are the compositions themselves. Sometimes I go to a concert, let's say a piano concert, and I see the public very enthusiastic at the end of the piece, let's say, I don't know, a Brahms sonata. Okay? The people are very happy, applauding at the end, and they are applauding the guy that is playing there. And the guy, eventually, he did absolutely nothing and played extremely boring. But the piece is so good that nevertheless it works. Yeah? That was the preoccupation that Bach had with his orchestra, or that Beethoven had all the time. How is it going to work this with bad people? It needs to sound good nevertheless, right? So this is the biggest risk in any instrument or in any music making, is this kind of the guy being hanging on the quality of the piece. That for the composer is also the last interest. So the composer is totally not interested that this happens. So for a minimal respect for the composer is the maximal achievement from his very single ideas. I mean, every single one. So this crisis in the guitar now is a musical crisis. And the musical crisis is a crisis not only in the guitar. But the problem in the guitar is that the guitar nevertheless, or despite of the efforts of Segovia and everybody else, John Williams, Julian Bream, and every one of us, when the people are not making music, the people that are interested in music, they are not interested in no music. So when there is no music, there's no interest. Point. Let's say. It's not that simple, but I think this is the main factor. Personally, I have a conflict with competitions because I understand how they could be a stimulus. Me, myself, I did competition, you did competition, we won, etc. But when the competition itself makes the consecration of the celebration of mediocrity, then we are in a bad way. So I'm always considering with my students, you go or you don't go. And they want to go because, they are interested for a lot of reasons. And, well, you go, you don't go. I mean, which chances you have of having the first prize? Maybe yes, maybe no. How many chances you have to really learn and to profit from this? Because this is the real gain. This is what is interesting. So you go ahead, or what's life? It's nothing. It's staying paralyzed. So this cannot be. And I admire a lot guys like you, that you do all the things that you do, and you are now investing so much energy and time and everything else to try to promote the good things. And I adore to meet with friends like Manuel and David and Odair and Sergio and many others, and try to see, well, all these possibilities, because each one has its own ways and its own aesthetics and ideas, fortunately, because it would be very boring that everybody thinks the same. But at the same time, I feel always like, well, where are we in relation with the rest of the musical world? That is not just the guitarist stuff. but that is a musical stuff. Because the musical world, that's the big one. That's the big scenario. That's the... And the popular way. Because, for example, a guy like Ginga is extremely sophisticated and at the same time extremely accessible. So it's just this, like Villalobos was, like Marlos is in in the essence of everything he's doing. No? Like Haydn was. Like Mozart was extremely refined and extremely popular. Rossini and Paganini and Beethoven at the same time, they were in different tracks using the same material. There was popular songs. Schubert, I mean, was a songwriter. I mean. And we need to learn from this. And not, for example, you can, I mean, you know it. You can go in a concert and hear Haydn, Mozart, Beethoven, Scriabin, Rossini, Stravinsky, Prokofiev, whatever, or fantastic, or very stupidly praised.